I am thrilled that VonWater sent me their Countertop reverse osmosis system. This is the CT910H series, so it gives me tepid water and hot water. And what's incredible about VonWater is that while that brand name is new, their factory has been making big brand name reverse osmosis systems for the last 7 years. So they know what they're doing, and they're diving into the market with some really impressive systems. Now, I went with the Countertop system as I actually intend to have this in my office as a tea spot. I love that I'm gonna have reverse osmosis filtered water whenever I want and have hot water whenever I need it for tea. And I wanna show you all the features. Now, to start off with, unpacking it was really straightforward. It's basically ready to go out of the box. On the back, you have your main water reservoir. It holds 5.5 liters of water. That's almost 1.5 gallons of water, so it's a lot to go through. And then on the front, you have your pure water pitcher. This will fill up to 1.2 liters of water, and it always stays full. So you can use this as a pitcher, and all of the water that is dispensed comes out of this pitcher as well. And when you take off the top, you can access the 6-in-1 reverse osmosis filter. The filter and the device are fully certified to meet all expectations, and you can even scan a QR code to see the full report. They are definitely going out of their way to make sure this is an exceptional product. And reverse osmosis is so much more powerful than a physical filtration system. No matter how many physical filters your water goes through, it's not good at clearing out chemicals and small particles. Whereas reverse osmosis really gives you exceptionally pure water, clearing out all those contaminants. So really impressive all around. And on top of that, this is exceptionally easy to use. I've already gone through the setup process, which is cleaning out the tanks, filling up this back water tank, and having it flush through to fill up 3 of this front tank and just empty them each time. I also had it run on the front dispenser into a big pot just to make sure that everything had been fully flushed before use. They also recommend waiting 24 hours before you start using it for yourself, and then it's good to go. Now, I filled the water tank already. It has the max line at the top, and it has this handle, which is so useful. So you can get it into place, and then you'll just slide it right on the back, and it just slides right in very cleanly. And then the lid just goes right on top. So easy. And then it has a 3-foot grounded power cord. You can add and remove this tank anytime while it's plugged in. I just haven't plugged it in yet, as I want you to see exactly what happens when I plug it in. And immediately when you turn it on, it starts going. You can hear the water going in through the filter and into the pure water tank. As soon as this tank is full, it'll stop running until you use some of the water out of the tank by either pouring directly from the tank or dispensing water from the water dispenser. And what I love is that while it looks slow while I'm talking, this fills up really quite fast, less than 5 minutes. And then for the water dispenser itself, it has a catch tray, which is really nice if you're pulling a cup out of under it before it's fully dispensed. But what I like is that this is magnetic, and so it can just slide on and off really easily for quick dumping or for moving out of the way if you have a larger object you want to put under here. But I have found that most things I'd want to put in the dispenser do actually fit. Like in the morning when I want boiling water for my French press, I will just be able to put it right under it and run it directly into the French press. That's fantastic. Saves me a lot of time waiting for water to boil. And at any time while it's filtering water into the pitcher, that doesn't stop me from grabbing the pitcher and using it as is to give myself a cup of filtered water. And I can also use the dispenser at any time as soon as this has enough water for the dispenser to work. And I definitely want to test it for TDS. So here's the water I just poured into this cup. 0.003 parts per million TDS. That's really good. For comparison, this is my regular tap water, which is at 37 parts per million. And this water is from my physical water filtration system that I already have under my sink. I love it, but I doubt it is as good as this reverse osmosis. Wow, it's at 34 parts per million. I was not expecting it to be so high. And I'm actually shocked right now at what a difference this is compared to my 3-filter water filtration system I have under my sink. So really, really good on the filtration. Let's see how these temps are. Now on the front of this, you have a few options. You have a volume button and you can choose from 5 ounces, 10 ounces, 16 ounces, or 25 ounces of water. And whatever volume you have it at, when you press this bottom button, it will dispense that much water. Now, as long as none of the temps are showing, it's going to dispense whatever the room temperature water is. But if you want to, you could press milk, which is 110 degrees Fahrenheit, or you could press lemon, which is 149 degrees Fahrenheit, tea, 185 degrees Fahrenheit, or boil at 198 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's test how accurate these temps are. I'm gonna go with milk first. And if I press this button, it's not gonna do anything because it has the child lock. Anytime you're doing the boiling water, it's purposefully gonna have you press one extra button just so you don't dispense boiling water into the cup. And to make it work, you're just gonna hit the lock button first, then hit milk, then go. Now, as the water's going, you will see that it has this UV light. It is sterilizing the water with UV light as well. And then once it comes out, I'm gonna check it with my meat thermometer. This is not the most accurate for water, but we're gonna see how well it works. And it's at 117, so that's pretty good. And of course I have to do a taste test. And one thing I really love is if for any reason you put in a cup that's too small for how much you have dispensing, you can always stop it by just hitting the dispense button again. So there's no concern of some massive overflow. Let's give it a try. I am used to some flavor of the minerals in my water, and with this water, I taste nothing. It is exceptionally clean. This is far cleaner than any water I've ever tasted and noted. It is fantastic. I am so impressed.